Guys, when we sleep, he will do it. We play with our feet.
When you're sleeping there on the sofa.
If you know, and a lady vocalized how they feel about you, and you're in a relationship, when you are doing it, would you still continue? What do you think?
Wait.
There with the situation.
With Guluva. Nothing.
Everybody. It's a banger.
Last night, people were sleeping. Housemates were on their bed. Sweet Guluva was busy sleeping. Uyanda, the lights were turned out. It was already showing black and white color, gray color, yeah. But this babe, this girl, this lady Jojo was seated with Tyrone, Nate, Beekay, Swiss. And guess what, guys? She was talking about Sweet Guluva again. She was talking about Sweet Guluva again. Why? At that point, I was like, no, Jojo, you are doing too much. By this time of the night, Sweet Guluva is on his bed sleeping, and here you are, being Delulu. She was saying something like, oh, when she and Sweet Guluva was in the sofa, yeah, when they covered the blanket and were in the sofa, they were playing with their feet, like they were rubbing toes together. I was like, JJ, even if that is true, why are you spilling the tea? Why are you telling these housemates? Like, for what reason? That is to show that at this point, she's not just crushing on Sweet Guluva. It's like she's into him for real. And the housemates, they laughed. She was talking about, oh, Tyrone was shocked. Yeah, obviously. Said she and Sweet Guluva, when they were in the sofa, when they were covered with blankets, they were rubbing feet, like they were rubbing their toes together. It did not end there. She also went on to tell the housemates that at some point, Sweet Guluva was asking her, JJ, are you okay? Then she was like, Then he asked, sure? She was like, Then he said, okay, let's sleep. And the housemate was like, hey. She was laughing, her voice so loud. I was like, Sweet Guluva asked you when you guys were in the sofa, JJ, are you okay? You said, Then he asked, sure? You said, And he said, let's sleep. So what? Like, why? Why? Guys, it did not end there. This question literally threw me off. Like, I was so annoyed with this particular question she asked, because I did not see any reason for it. She went ahead to say, okay, guys, let's be honest. Jojo, right? She was not telling the guys. They asked me that, let's be honest. She wants to ask a question. They should be honest. They should not like answer her because they are a bro. Yeah. So she was asking that. See, guys, I wrote this particular one out because I want to read it word for word. Word for word. So you guys will also see what I am saying. So she asked, like, let's be honest, yeah. If you know a lady vocalized how she feels about you and you are in a relationship, will you still entertain her? So Tyrone was like, he did not get the question. She should like go again. Just her to go again, yeah. And she asked something like, see, like if you tell a guy to his face, yeah, like I tell a guy to his face, even though I was not direct, yeah, I tell him that I like him. Like, will you still carry on and all that? You would continue, nay? When you continue, what does it mean? And BK was like, it means you enjoy the attention. And she was like, at that point, I was not happy at all with Jojo. Like, why that question that if you tell a guy that you like him, even though you tell him to his face that you like him, like you've been vocal about how you feel about him, that you like him, even though you did not tell him directly, but he knows that, guys. This particular sentence she made. I believe it's attached to that Sunday during the live nomination show when Smash asked her about how she feels about Sweet Guluva. And right there, she made it clear that she likes him, she has a crush on him, she doesn't mind dating him and all that. Sweet Guluva was there, yeah. So I believe that is what she was referring to when she said you made it known to a guy that you like him, even though it is not directly, but you said it to his face that you how you feel about him, yeah. And he is in a relationship. You both know that he is in a relationship. Will he still entertain you? My problem now is that entertain you as how? Like entertain you as how? Is he meant to avoid you, like chase you away? Like when you came to the super, JJ, leave here, leave here, leave here, or he should get up and just walk out? Because she is claiming that this guy is flirting with her, this guy is entertaining her. How? They are in that small house. How is Sweet Gulliver supposed to avoid her? Mind you, Sweet Gulliver does not know that this girl is saying all these things behind her back, behind his back here. So I don't know what she meant by is entertaining her, that he's flirting with her, yada yada yada, yeah. When she was like, okay, when you won't continue, nay, when you continue, what does it mean? And BK was like, it means you enjoyed the attention. She was like, Nate was like, JJ, Jojo, you are a reaper. And she was like, "Ah, I don't mind." I said, hey, yo, what's happening? Like, Aibo, what's going on? You don't mind being a reaper? Like, said she don't mind. Hmm, guys. At some point, she even said that when Ashley was removed for the art, when Ashley was removed from the art, she was like happy, like she was like she said spot on. Guys, this information this girl is passing around is just so unnecessary. Like for what reason? Later on during the conversation, Nate was saying something like, when they say people are being delusional, like people are being delulu, this is the first time she is seeing it in 3D. Like this is the first time she is seeing a person being delulu in 3D in her face. Obviously, she was referring to Jojo. Like she did not go back to say it. So Nate was saying it in the presence of Tyrone, BK, Sweet, and Jojo herself. She was like, like this Delulu is something else, like Delulu in 3D, because that is being delusional. But obviously, trust Jojo not to care. She was still going on and on and on and on. She was so excited talking about Sweet Guluva. Because at this point, I don't know how does she want these housemates to look at Guluva? Like, she is a pretender, is a bad guy, or what? I do not know. I do not know at all. At all, I do not know. And guys, it did not end there. Can you guys believe that Jojo, because BK left, yeah, BK stood up and he was like, he wants to go and sleep. Jojo was like, oh, she's about to spill the main tea, like the juicy part. BK is going to sleep. Oh, you should not worry, she should go. Um, Nate will fill him in, yeah, that Nate will gist him later and all that. So later, Nate also stood up to leave. Yeah, obviously, they are tired of our unnecessary gist. So she stood up and Melino was in the kitchen cleaning by himself, doing deep cleaning. This lady Jojo walked up to Melino in the kitchen and it was like, oh, you're cleaning. Like she just said one or two words, and the next thing she said was, yeah, Melino, what did you notice different about me? Like, what about me is different? Melino was like, you made new girls, like you made new girlfriends in the ass. She was like, okay. What else did you notice about me? And Melino was like, sweet Guluva. And she shouted, like, like she was so excited. Melino mentioned sweet Guluva. Ha. And it did not end there. She was now like, what did Melino notice about she and Guluva's situation? So Melino was like, nothing serious, just like a young crush. That is, Melino was referring to her as a young crush, and she was like, young crush. Melino said, ah, should I lie? She said, no. And Melino said, yes, just a young crush in her feelings, in her emotions, something like that. And she was like, oh, Melino should advise her, yeah, about the thing between going on between she and Guluva. What is going on between she and Guluva? Nothing, absolutely nothing, nothing. So Melino was she was like, because Melino did not say anything immediately, and she was like, oh, I'm playing with fire, ne? I'm playing with fire. Melinos was like, ah, it was just Asha advising her, oh, that you are a young girl, you have a crush on him, you can like go for him, but be careful, yada yada yada. I was like, Jojo, this is the height of it. This is the height of it. Because why did you have to leave those set of people and you went to Melino? You're not telling him he should advise you the situation you have that is going on between you and Sweet Guluva. And the guy is literally just on his bed having a peaceful sleep. And she's, to me, at this point, she is decampaigning Sweet Guluva to the housemates and majorly to the viewers. Because how do you want the viewers to perceive this guy? How do you want them to look at this guy? They obviously will not like him, because I see, I do not know yet. I don't know what this girl wants to. At this point, Sweet Guluva should be extremely careful, because if he makes one mistake, like cuddling her or hugging her or even kissing her, being it in his drunk state or not, the house will definitely catch fire and the fans would come for him 100%. He would lose fans. He will leave the house because people will not vote for him anymore. Jojo is doing too much at this point, guys. She is doing too much, too much. Let's not even talk about, let's talk briefly, yeah, because I did not have time to talk about it in the morning. Let's talk about how she found the letter in her bed. Obviously, she was not the only one that found like a love letter in her bed, but okay, fine. This girl found a letter in her bed. She was so excited. She ran to Mandy and she was, oh, Mandy, I got a love letter. I found it in my bed. Were you the one that wrote it? Mandy was like, no. And she was super, super excited. Like she was head over ears. She was like, oh, I believe, she did not say it out, but I believe she thought, not say it as, she believed it was Sweet Guluva since it wasn't from Mandy. And guys, it was Nate that wrote like sweet letters and to all the ladies in the house. She placed it in their beds, on their beds, all the ladies. But for some reason, this lady, Jojo, was making a big deal out of her own letter. She was not the only person that received letter. At some point, she even found out that she was not the only lady that received love letter in the house, but she was making a big deal out of it, claiming it was from Sweet Guluva and all that, that Tyrone and I think Swiss, yeah, no, not Tyrone, Swiss and Melino, something like that. They were even like saying to Sweet Guluva, are you sure you're not the one that wrote this letter? Are you sure you're not the one that wrote this letter to Jojo? You are the one that calls her JJ, and the letter says JJ. Sweet Guluva said, why would I do such a thing? They were like, why wouldn't you do such a thing? That is Swiss and Melino. Why wouldn't you do such a thing? And he was like, I'm dating. So why would I write letter to someone else when I am dating? With all this girl Jojo still has it in her head that Sweet Guluva wrote that letter. And the letter is not even that deep. It was just something like, you are beautiful, bold, you are enough, JJ. It's not that lengthy. And she was making a big deal out of it. The first lady that received theirs kept mute. But this girl was doing a lot. She was so sad when she found out that it wasn't Sweet Guluva, yeah. At some point, she was still talking about the letter to Tyrone and some other housemates. When Tyrone asked like that, like, when Tyrone told her that Jojo, you are disappointed that it wasn't Sweet Guluva that wrote you the letter. She was like, no, yeah, I think so. She openly agreed to Tyrone that she is disappointed that the love letter wasn't from Sweet Guluva. Guys, why? 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 Like, why? Before the discussion and everything, she was going around telling everybody that cared to listen that Sweet Guluva wrote her the letter. At the end of the day, it was confirmed that it wasn't from Sweet Guluva. But she doesn't want to believe. She still even went to the diary session and she was insisting it was Sweet Guluva because it has the word JJ. This girl is doing too much. At least, okay, let's say that one earlier in the day, something brought it up the later she saw, yeah. But this midnight media campaign she's doing to the housemate about Sweet Guluva flirting with her, what warranted it? Nothing to me, like absolutely nothing. So at this point she's doing too much, guys, too much. For me, I am hoping Sweet Guluva hears from one or two housemates. That is just what I am hoping for, because then he will stop being kind to her, he will stop being nice to her, and he will know how to like be around her. But at this point, if he makes one mistake, that is the end for him. He will lose fans and Jojo will gain fans. Yes, he will lose fans and Jojo will gain a lot of fans. So guys, that is just it. Yeah, that is it. I believe this girl is still going to make more media rounds about Sweet Guluva flirting with her. Yeah. So let's watch out for that. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Also, please like this video, click on the like button, share and comment.